What's up, everybody? It's Bush Camp Outdoors here. I'm after work hanging the camera out in the PA Big Woods. I don't really know what this video is going to consist of, but I figured I'd show you guys what I'm doing in the woods and how I look at things and what goes into my mind and how I explain things to myself on how I think the woods are going to move that day. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and show you what my setup looks like for this camera. All right, so I got my camera set up right here. There's not much of a backdrop to it, little saplings. It's just pretty dense woods where I'm at right here. I have it set over this mock scrape I just put out. There's a drainage that runs right there, and across there is just a whole hillside. So here's the mock scrape I have right here. Nothing too shabby. I doubt anything even hits it. But what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to take a tally on what comes through and if it's even worth hunting, because I'm pretty far back here and I don't want to walk back here every single day if there's nothing to even come after. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. There's a trail. There's a trail down there, and there's a trail coming through here, and there's the camera. So that's what I'm hoping happens with this camera. Other thing is, the part of the mountain I'm in right now it's on the back side of the mountain. It's pretty far up, pretty high up in altitude range. So since I do live in PA, we do have a bear season, and I have yet to kill a PA bear, and I've been trying for 3 years pretty hard. And this area right here, actually, I know has more consistent bear sightings than in the other parts of the mountain. So that's another reason I put a camera here, because it is on the side of a hill with plenty of rocks and cover for them and dead trees for them to rip stumps up and whatnot. But that's another thought process for another time for me to get into detail. But just figured I'd let you guys know what I'm doing, and next time you see me, maybe I'll be hanging another camera or showing trail camera pictures. All right, so it's been a few weeks. Here's the trail cam pictures and videos. I got this nice buck coming in. It looks like a 10 point. I think this was about 3 or 4 days before he came in. Here he is again, coming through about a few days later. But really after this, nothing special happened with this camera. I had a few doe come by, and the last thing that was noteworthy was this coyote coming by. Well, it's been a few days. I haven't really gotten into too much. It's raining, thunderstorms, been too hot out lately, but just came here after work. I probably walked a mile, 2 miles to come grab a camera that just hasn't been active. I set it in a really remote place looking to get some bear action. I set it underneath a beech nut flat is what I believe it is. Here's some of the trees behind me. But it's been here about a month and a half, and I just haven't been getting the pictures I wanted. The first week, it was amazing. I was getting bucks out the wazoo. I'll throw 2 clips up of some 2 nice buck that came through. But other than that, it's been slow. I mean, maybe a raccoon here and there or doe moving through, but it just hasn't been hitting. So I'm taking it down today. I'm gonna try and move it to a new spot tonight before the heat gets to me. So yeah, stick along and I'll show you where I'm going. Here's one of the bucks that came through I was saying about. Just really nice early in the season, but he never showed back up, and it was out there for a good while, so I don't think I was gonna see him again. All right, so I apologize in advance. I usually show you guys how I set up the trail camera and what the surrounding area looks like, but unfortunately on this one, I just completely forgot to do that. I hung it up on the tree on a pretty well-used path and just called it good and walked back to the truck and completely forgot about it until a few days ago when I realized that I didn't do that. So I'll kind of give you a rundown of what it's located in. Along this trail, if you would go straight off to the camera left, there's a major highway that runs through. It's probably 500 yards away. And then off to the right, another 500 yards off the camera is just a little logging road, little dirt road. And I thought to myself, it would be a good spot. I see the acorn signs in here. I scouted on Onyx a little bit. So I figured the food was going to be there, and I figured they're not going to want to cross the highway, and they might not want to cross the road. So they'll use this main trail just to get through in the summer days at least. And fortunately, that's what happened. I was checking this trail camera and getting notifications here and there. I just had that mom and fawn come in for a little while, but after that, the buck sign really started picking up. I started getting nice batcher groups coming in, like the one on video right now. I have a really nice 8 coming in consistently. I don't know. I'd have to look at the days, but probably once or twice a week consistently in the day. And then I just have a bunch of random good batcher groups that just walk in and walk out, and I just haven't seen them since. But I think this spot's a really good spot to get a tally on what's coming through, because behind it is just a huge big woods, probably thousands of acres that all funnels up right into here, and then across the road is another 5,000 acres. So I mean, it's a good tally to see what's around and just know what's there for inventory. I don't know if I would hunt this spot just because
I don't know what the deer sound is going to be like in deer season, considering it's just a small highway and there's nothing much to it other than a few trails and maybe some acorns that'll be left over. But other than that, I think it's a good spot for now just to keep a tally on what I want to hunt and what's coming through. So yeah, sorry I forgot to record where I put it, but that's a little rundown of what's going on. I'll just let the rest of these videos play out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, I'm here with my camera. I decided to pull it. The batteries are dead, and I'm not getting too many pictures of anything I like. I just have a few doe coming in here and there, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this to a different spot before this rain destroys me. And if I have enough time, I'll show you guys what the setup looks like on it. All right, here's the new camera setup. It's along a trail that runs right here. I think there might be some decent buck sign. There's an old, yeah, listen to the thunder, I'm gonna get screwed. There's an old rub there. Looks like there's a few old rubs down in there, and I think one really far down there, but for the time being, this is what I got. I forgot to mention this trail camera is the one sitting over the double scrape. Like I said, just not enough action for me to want to keep it there. So yeah, I'm gonna pack it up and run out of here. All right, it's been about a week since I've had this trail camera on this rub line, and I came here to move it. I'm just not getting what I want. I think I've had a deer in a whole week of it being out here on this rub line, which I get the buck will probably be here after they shed their velvet or a little earlier than that, but I'm just not getting what I want. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and move it. I'm gonna move it down this hill. There's a bench down here. I'm just gonna find a spot and I'll show you guys where I put it. All right, so here's the new setup. I went down probably about 2 benches and I was looking for any type of deer sign. I didn't find too much, but I chose this spot. I wanted to go farther back that way, but there's like a wall of Mount Laurel. I'm thinking that's where more bedding is, and I don't want to go in there in season and spook them. So what I did, I set it up in this little opening, put a little mock scrape back there. Nothing special. I doubt they even hit it, but I did that. Maybe I can start one. I don't know. It'll be hard to hunt in here, but if I catch a big one on camera, it'll be worth it. Another thing is, I set this trail camera up. I came across a little creek. I found a huge pile of scat. I don't know what it was. Bear, maybe. If it was a bear, it was a nice sized bear, and I assume if it was a deer, I think it'd be like a huge buck just for how big the pile was. The main reason I'm doing this is because I really want to shoot that big 8-point that I had come up through on trail camera once, and mostly all the deer I got on that double scrape camera, they were coming up over this hill. So I'm thinking maybe they're bedding back in here or they're bedding down off this hill. It drops off again, but either way, we'll set it up and we'll give her a shot, and if nothing happens, I'm gonna come back down here and move it.
All right, so here's the videos from this trail camera. I think this is a day or two after I set it out. I had this nice buck come in. He's all right. I think I'll pass him up. And then I got this bear coming in. Thought that was pretty cool. If you look closely, he does have a double ear tags. He has a tag in each ear, so he must be a bad bear. But either way, he's coming through. That's good to know. I'll mark that down for bear season. And then just the other day, I had these come in. I believe the buck in the background is the one from the first video, and the buck in front of him I've never seen before, never had him on camera, but man, he looks nice. All right, that's going to end the video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. With the deer season around the corner, make sure you stay tuned in, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy these clips that didn't make it in the main part of the video.